Let's make things real in the prototype stage. In this stage, you create real-life versions of your designs to try out with your users. Prototyping allows you to see how your designs function and to notice where you might need to make edits so they work better in their environment. For the concept of earning participation points for setting their phone aside, the team was unsure how to create a prototype for this system. They thought maybe they needed a series of lock boxes to make this idea real, or perhaps they should make an instructional video about how this works. These seem way too complicated for them to make at school, and they got a little nervous about making a good prototype for this idea. So, they reached out to a design expert. They found a designer to help them in the Compete 360 Designer Directory. They contacted him, sharing their how might we question and asking for advice for creating this prototype. The designer shared that they just need to create something that lets the students try out the system, like a sign to prompt them to know what to do. The team then made a sign that explains the concept of students earning participation points for taking out their cell phone, turning it off, and placing it on a table at the front of the classroom. This can reward them for not using their phone during class, but will allow them to see it at all times. To make this prototype, all they needed were a marker, sheet of paper, tape, and a spare table. For the phone alarm concept, one team member had the very creative idea of putting the phone in something that would make a lot of noise. So, for this concept, if a student is caught using his phone during class, he has to put it in a brown paper bag, staple it shut, and set it on his desk. He can't use it, but knows where it is, and opening the bag will make enough noise to draw attention to him. To prototype this, all the team needed were a few paper bags and some staples. They can have these handy to test with their classmates when it's time. Lastly, the team will try the concept of promoting face-to-face social interaction by giving the opportunity to play games when students are finished with their work. Perhaps this will motivate students to stay off of their phones. They found a few games by asking other teachers. They were able to find checkers, bananagrams, and a Rubik's Cube. They will set these up on a few extra desks in the back of the classroom to try this prototype when active teaching or classwork isn't taking place. By prototyping, you can see how your design functions and notice where you might need to make edits so it works better in its environment. How will prototyping help you refine your idea?